Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn to Code with Noob. So today we will be discussing uh, some of the rules related to hooks. So there are some rules which we should follow while implementing hooks or while we are calling hooks. So these are some of the rules. So the first rule is only call hooks at the top level. So what that means is like we shouldn't call hooks inside like loops, conditions or nested functions. And we shouldn't call hooks from like regular JavaScript functions. So regular JavaScript function can be this, right? So if you look at this function in an isolation, this is your regular JavaScript function. So you shouldn't call hook into a regular JavaScript function. So where you can call hooks is you can call hooks from React function component. So here is a useState hook which we are calling inside a functional component. So, and we can also call hooks from our custom hooks. So what are custom hooks? That is a totally separate video which I will make following up this video. All right, so so I want to demonstrate like one of the condition in which if we don't follow the custom hook rule, what will happen. So now, so React has done a really good job to have a lint a rule for this, so that if you are for some reason are using hooks inside loops or inside conditions, it will give you a warning. I haven't installed that lint, and it is for the reason I haven't installed it is because I just want to see how. I just want to make you understand what is actually going on and where to look at the issues if happens. Also, React compiler is really doing also a good job in that if we are calling hooks inside loops or conditions, it it will like error out. Um, so why is that rule made over here, like don't call hooks inside loops, condition or nested function? The reason behind that is because if you see that how does like React knows that which state correspond to which use state call, right? So how does React knows that okay, for this use state call, this is the corresponding state? So the answer, which is like how React knows, is because React relies on the order of hooks. So if we are calling the order of hooks one after the other in the same way on each and every render, React makes sure that that it knows which state correspond to which hook. So as long as the order of the hook call is same between renders, React can associate like some local state with each one of them. So so that's why it there is a rule that we shouldn't call hooks inside loops or conditions. So one of the example which I will cover over here is what happens if I call a hook inside a condition. So before covering that example, I just want to make sure what I have over here is you guys understand. So first I have a use state hook, right, which is basically having a default value as my name Manas, and set name is a dispatch function which basically changes the state of the name, right? And after that I have a use effect hook, which basically is a function, and inside the function I'm just logging this thing, name persisted, name, right? And I have a surname, which basically is using use state hook, and it has a dispatch function set surname. And after that I have a use effect hook again, which basically updates title, and it just prints name and surname on the log. And after that I have two text. So you can see over here I have two text views, right? So one is name, the other name is surname. So I will just rerun this just to make sure we have like a current state. Okay, so name is Manas, surname is Parashar, and then I have a button. So when we press that button, we just clear the name. Okay, so this is my example. So what I will do is I will basically violate the second rule, which is what I will do is I will just say, okay, don't run this use effect hook when the name is empty. Like if it is empty, if there is nothing in the name, then we just don't want to run this hook, because we don't want to print that console.log persisted, right? So we don't want to do that, and that's why I just wrapped inside a condition. All right, so what happens is, so as for the first time, like from the initial start, I'll just also open my log, like the console. So from the initial start, if I now open my demo project, if you see, like the name persisted Manas, the use effect hook is running, and the second use effect hook is also running, right? So name persisted Manas is this hook. So this ran because the initial state is something. So name is not empty right now, right? So now what I will do is I have a button which just basically makes that name empty, right? So what will happen is, so right now on the first render, React actually knows, okay, the order is I have a use state, the second order is I have a use effect, the third order is I have a use state, and then the fourth is use effect. So now as soon as I clear the name, this whole component will render again, right? But this time what will happen is this use state will run. It will set obviously the name is now empty, right? So when the name is empty, this use effect will not run, right? So now basically we have skipped one of the hook, right, on the next render. So now React is confused. React doesn't know what should it return on this use state, because what React knows is, okay, in my previous render at line number 83, like there was this use effect hook, right? But it's not there. So I don't know what to do now. So I will just show you how it actually shows you the error. So as soon as I do clear name, see, it shows you the error right away. It says should have a queue. This is likely a bug in React. Please file an issue. All right, but if you see, it also gives you a warning. React has detected a change in the order of hooks called by home component, right? So it basically is comparing the order of hooks, and that hook is not there on the next render. So it basically errors out, right? So, and if you also see, it also says this will lead to bugs and errors if not fixed. For more information, read the rules of hooks, which eventually is the thing. So if you see, here is the actual error. So previous render use state, and the next render is use state. So previous render was use effect, it's saying over there, but now it is use state again, which is wrong. All right, so this is what happens if we wrap the use effect hook inside a condition. But what our intent was, our intent was valid. Like, we just don't want to log the statement, right? We just don't want to log the statement if this name is empty. Our intent was right, but the way we are doing it was wrong. So what we can do is we can basically wrap this. I'll just minimize this. I will wrap this thing. Like, I will push this condition inside as compared to outside of the hook, right? So this is what we actually want, right? Oops. Just trying to format this thing. All right, so where we were, yeah, so this is what we actually want. We don't want to stop the effect. We just want that, okay, if name is empty, we don't want to log it, right? That's what we actually want. All right, so let's kill this thing and just run this thing again, right? So now if I'll open the log, this hook is our use effect hook, right? And then this is the another use effect hook. So now if I tap on clear name, right, everything works fine, right? And if you see, only the last use effect hook was triggered. This name persisted hook wasn't triggered, right? So this is how we solve that error, and this is how you abide by the rules of hooks. So yeah, this is one of the example which I wanted to give you guys on how not to violate the rules of hooks. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to click on the like button. If you don't like this video, please mention why in the comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. Keep learning.